I'm Eli the Electronics Guy, and today we are going to talk about the ATEM Mini Extreme. So the ATEM Mini Extreme is a 8-channel HDMI video mixer put out by Blackmagic. It has onboard video encoding, which makes it kind of nice for streaming and recording. So I kind of wanted to give an overview and an oversight of like my setup. I've not seen anybody do anything similar to mine, and figure it might be cool to share that idea out there, and hopefully it sparks some other people's ideas. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video, a little behind the scenes. I'll try to keep the camera steady as much as possible, but fair warning, it might get a little shaky. So, but I am running, if you're curious about the video for today, it is running on a Samsung Galaxy Note 20, and then I've got it going into my Rode Wireless Go 2 wireless mic system with a lapel mic. So audio should still be pretty similar to my normal videos. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, turn the camera around, and we are going to dive into my ATEM Mini Extreme setup. Okay, I think I got you at the best angle for you to be able to see my setup here. So we've got the ATEM Mini Extreme in a case, and then I've got like just an extra monitor over here, and then we'll talk about the PodTrack P4. So I want to just kind of do a quick high-level overview of everything I've got and kind of give you the rundown on things. I can always deep dive into different topics. I feel like there's a lot of things, especially this PodTrack P4. I'm actually going to be doing a whole dedicated video about that, but kind of just want to give an overview of the ATEM Mini Extreme. So here's the ATEM Mini Extreme. First thing, you're probably like, man, what case is that? So this is a games case. It's meant for like Xboxes and PlayStations as a portable gaming rig, and it has the monitor built into the back of it. So this is what everything is kind of built around. So I've got my monitor back here. This is normally where my multi-view is. This one I just have over here as multi-view because I was doing a Zoom call today. But this is normally like my program out. And then my multi-view is back there. But I kind of switched it today because I needed to see the other person back there. So what I've done a couple little modifications to this. So I'm using a lot of these flat HDMI ribbons. So you can kind of see one of those right there. But this is powered over 12 volts. So what I actually did is I actually modified it, and I'm going to do a more detailed video, or if you're interested in seeing that, comment below and I can do a detailed video on the build. But I actually added a USB-C power to the monitor. So you can kind of look over here. This whole case is powered off of this one wall wart. So there's an electrical outlet inside the wall adapter, and then on the back it has 2 USB-C outs as well as 2 regular USB outs. So it's like a power brick with USB power delivery. So that power delivery is what is powering the monitor. So it just converts that into 12 volts. So that's how I have my monitor wired in. And then the ATEM Mini Extreme is sitting in this case. I put a plate down here and everything's kind of bolted to that plate. I've got 3D printed mounts that holds the ATEM Mini Extreme in place. And then we'll kind of just run through. We'll start up here. So I've got this junction box with 6 keystones on it. So kind of starting left to right, I've got HDMI 2, 3, and 4. So this is what I use for the laptop. This is another laptop source, so I can have 2 dual monitors for the laptop. HDMI 1 is actually fed off of this. It's got a Raspberry Pi 4 built into the case. And then right square in the middle, you can kind of see here, I'm cheap. I was using a DSLR for a while, but I actually find this was an old iPhone 6. I get actually really good video off of the iPhone 6, which is perfect for 1080p. So I'm actually feeding lightning extension out to this little adapter, and then I'm doing a HDMI to lightning down here, and I get an HDMI out. So that's my video source. So if I switch over to camera 6, you can see basically, hey, you get my camera feed straight from that source there. So I'll go back to my media player. I think it's media player 2. So that's just on a magic arm, and then that's bolted down on a ball down into the bottom plate. I do have Ethernet running across, and that pops up into this little box as well. So I've got my Ethernet jack there. I like utilizing this so I'm not wearing out my ATEM Mini Extreme ports. I'm feeding everything through here. So if in case something, you know, somebody pulled on a laptop or it would break this little keystone jack rather than breaking my ATEM Mini Extreme. And then if you notice here, I've got 2 headphone jacks right here. This one, this TRS jack is what allows me to get headphone out of the ATEM Mini Extreme. And then this TRS jack is mic 1. So this is how I can feed my microphone in. Normally, if I want to use my Rode Wireless Go system, I'll use one of these little TRS to TRS 1/8 inch adapters. And I can actually stick that inside there and then plug the Rode Wireless Go receiver straight into here, and I can get wireless mics fed into it directly. But in my setup here in what I'd call my studio, but basically my basement, I'm actually feeding audio out, and then I'm going through an audio transformer back here just to reduce the noise. And then I'm feeding into this PodTrack P4. That's where I'm getting my XLR mic. And then the same thing here, I have an XLR to 1/8 inch TRS, and I can feed my wireless mics into this mixer, and then it feeds over. A little fun fact about the PodTrack P4, and this one I'll definitely be doing a dedicated video on, but everybody complains about the headphone amps and getting a little bit of static out of the headphone amps. There's actually a line out. A lot of people don't realize there is actually a line out utilizing the cell phone plugin. So that's where I'm pulling a line audio out of that, and that's what's feeding into my ATEM Mini Extreme. So working our way around, we talked a little bit about that power. So everything in this case is powered off of this one power outlet. So it really is nice. It folds all back up, closes up. The Magic Arm, I do take it out as well as the phone, but everything else can close in. I've got a USB hub right here. This is a powered USB hub, but it also has power switches on every single port. So I have it powering the Raspberry Pi. So right now the Pi is off. I don't need it on. So the little button turns it off. Basically gives me 4 power ports that I can control. I'm feeding the PodTrack P4 off of one, and then 2 of those come out and over to, I have a Roku fed into here. So I want to be able to just be able to play like YouTube videos or some kind of things like that. I feed out of the Roku, and then I'm feeding into this cheap HDMI splitter. And again, all that flat ribbon cable. So I'm feeding out of that HDMI splitter, and then it's going into the ATEM Mini Extreme. The reason I do this is if I need a splitter, I have it in here, but it also allows it to get a nice clean video feed in. And then right here, this is a 3D printed enclosure for my Samsung T5s. So the SSDs can literally just slot right inside there. And then the USB-C cable goes out and into the back. So it's really nice, quick, hot swappable. I can pull those in and out. And then I have the other USB-C cable right here, and this has got USB-A on this side. So this is what, if I need to feed into my laptop, I can feed directly into the laptop that way. So yeah, so this is my ATEM Mini Extreme setup. If you want to know more information, definitely comment down below and I can try to give you any info that you need. And if you want me to deep dive on anything else, I can do that as well. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give a quick overview. Hope you enjoy, and hopefully it sparks some ideas for you. And yeah, have a good one. I'm Eli, the electronics guy. See ya.